sirens done. They're doing the sirens. There's a fire truck, and then it faded off in the distance. And I was about to go live, or I went live, and I just ended up deleting the video because they faded off in the distance. By the time I went live, it was quiet, so I deleted the video, and then the ambulance siren started up again, and it was driving around, and then I'm about to go live, and then it turns off. Is it gonna go off again? It's been a lot of fire trucks today. For the past few days, there's been a lot of fire trucks and ambulances. I mean, it's always ambulances every day, but like some days it's a lot of them. Today and yesterday, and I don't know how many days in a row, but it's been a lot of them lately. It's been a lot of fire trucks and ambulances. And they might not be done yet, I don't know. They might start up again. So I'm just waiting to see if they do. And then I'll catch it on camera, or I'll catch the audio, you know. But meanwhile, there's bots driving by on the street. Wave after wave of bots driving by on the streets, synced with each other, of course. But now there's nothing, absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all. Nothing. And then I'm hearing this engine sound. I don't know if it's a stalker or not, but oh, now he's getting louder. And then he just revved his engine again right when his car got to the intersection. So it was a stalker engine sound again. And then this car got to the intersection right as the AC outside my apartment turned off. I just want to see if the sirens are going to start back up again. These people just walked out of the building and they're doing it synced. I just know that they're going to pull off synced in a car. They're pulling off in a white car out of the parking lot. And then It's getting to the street right as a cop drives out on a different street, and then he's syncing with a car at the intersection. And then it is a red car. And then nothing, absolutely nothing. And then sync. It's still nothing. This is nothing. And then car, and then sync. Is it gonna sync? I don't know. I don't think he synced. It was just a car by itself. That was the first car by itself that I've seen all day. Every other car that I've seen today was synced with all the other cars, and they were all synced with each other. All day. Every car that I saw looked perfectly synced with all the other cars. All day. So at 10:41 p.m., that was the first unsynced looking car that I saw. And I hear a train horn now, I think. Yep. And he's definitely a sync head, because it always is every single time, so. And then there's a white car, and he's probably synced with the train horn or something. It's like barely audible, right? Like he's far away from me. But I think the sirens are done, I guess, so. I was trying to catch them, but I can never catch them. Like, they just turn off when I go live every time. Like, they do it every time that like, except like there was like one time when I went live and they were still going when I went live. But every other time that I've tried to do that, it just turns off, or it just drives off all of a sudden right there and just fades off. And it's just quiet by the time I go live. And it did it in like, it did it twice with this siren. Like, I went live and it faded out, and then, but it was a fire truck and an ambulance then, but then it was just the ambulance when it came back though. But it was just driving around out there. Just sounds like it's just driving around in circles, like it's just or it's just driving really slow nearby somewhere. Like, it just keeps going with the siren. And then and then right when I went live again, it turned off all of a sudden. And there's a bunch of bots driving by the whole time I was talking right there. And now there's nothing again for a while. It's been nothing for like 30 seconds. it's literally I Am Legend. It's just nothing, and then zombies, and then nothing, and then zombies, and then your dog is a zombie, and everyone's a zombie. But right now, it's still nothing, still nothing, and then a car, and then there's another car with it, and they're synced, and then there's another car driving out, and they're all synced. Sync, and then nothing. Just like the last 3 videos I recorded or whatever is just really obvious. It's just sync and then nothing, and then sync and then nothing. And it's, like, sometimes it's a lot of cars and it's hard to tell, but the last few videos I did, it's really, really obvious that it's sync and then nothing. And then every intersection, it's sync, 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 sync. Every intersection, it's sync. And then nothing, and then sync. Isn't it? Every intersection, it's sync, and then nothing, and then sync, and then sync at the intersection, and then nothing, and then sync, and then sync, and then nothing, and then sync. Isn't it just always that? Yes or yes? Someone's made a thudding noise in the apartment next to me. It's probably sync. Probably a sync thing. I don't know. Oh, and then like a bunch of people in the hallway in my apartment today were like, kept walking out in the hallway and talking synced. Like it would just be quiet. Like it would be nothing sync, nothing sync again. Like it would just be quiet. And then they would all, and then like people would just walk out in the hall. Like I just hear their doors open, and they walk out in the hallway, and they just at the same time as each other, and they just start talking at synced moments, and they just kept doing things like that over and over out in the hallway today. And they're always doing stuff like that out in the hallway, but like they kept doing it over and over today. Like they just had all these different. Like, do they rehearse inside of their apartment? They're like reading the script, memorizing their lines, and then they go out and do it, or like what? How does it work? I don't know, but they just kept coming out and doing different movie scenes in the hallway. Just over and over and over. Just over and over, always synced. Every time. And like every time I hear any noise in my apartment, it's synced. Every time I hear people talking, it's synced. Every time I hear a door opening in the hallway, it's synced. Every time someone walks by in the hallway, it's synced. Every time a door slams in the hallway, it's synced. Every time someone coughs through the walls or blows their nose through the walls or talks through the walls or makes a thudding or banging noise through the walls or tapping noise through the walls or anything, any sound, at least 90%, at least 99% of the time is synced. Every time. Anytime I'm walking by someone in the hallway is synced. Anytime they're coming out of their door, or like, they're always coming in and out of their door with me coming in or out of my door, and then they meet me at the doorway of the hallway, like the edge of the hallway, and then there's like a doorway thing in the middle of the hallway. It's like, it's not a door, but it's like a doorway thing, like that's like the center of the hallway. And they sync there, and they sync at the stairs, and they sync at the doors. And they'll sync when I walk by their apartment. They'll like, there's one that always starts phone conversations when I walk by their apartment. They're just always starting, like it's just a reoccurring thing that they're just always starting a phone, like they're talking on the phone to somebody through the door. The door is closed, like, but they're just like, I hear them as I walk by their apartment. Just always happens to happen right when I walk by this person's apartment that they're starting a phone conversation or like making some type of sound through their door. But there's just always, like, this happens several times where they're just starting, the same person is starting phone conversation. And I walk from the door. And then people just have their door cracked open, and then they'll close it right when I walk in front of the door, or they'll open it right when I walk in front of the door, or they'll cough right when I walk in front of the door, or whatever. This one guy was playing Bad Boys, what you gonna do one day? He just had his door cracked open. He's playing that song, and then he closes the door when I walk in front of his door. And then this white car is coming in the parking lot right now. It's the same whitey from before that took off out of the parking lot earlier. He's coming back to the stock again. And then there's a whitey driving through the intersection. And then there's another car turning into the parking lot right when he goes around the last corner. And there's a train horn again. You hear the train horn? There's a train horn. He's back. And he's closer this time. He's louder. And there's a bright headlight car. Is it gonna stop? Did they get out of the white car in the parking lot yet? Where'd they go? Anyway, y'all heard the train horn. Should I keep recording? It's just gonna be the same shit over and over in different ways. So, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen next? But there's a train horn again. And there's a guy walking out next to me, synced with the train horn, starting up again. And he's a stalker. I always see stalking. Every day. Every time I see him. Every day. I think he got in a car. Yeah, he got in a car. Okay, so let's see what this guy does, and then I'll turn the camera off probably. He's probably gonna take off when the train horn starts up again or something. The train horn isn't going off right now, but it's probably gonna go off right when his car backs up. The guy that walked out synced, you know, that guy. When's his car gonna back up? There's nothing at all happening right now. There's this bird that's going. He might be a robot bird. I don't know. He's just constantly chirping. I don't know about that bird. But there's nothing going on right now, though. Oh, here goes the car now. And the train horn is going off right as he stops backing up. I knew he was going to sync with the train horn again. And then he pulls up to the street, and right when he turns on the street, the train horn honks again. He's just like, honk, like as he drives all the way across the parking lot, and then right when he gets to the street and turns, it stops and honks again. He's just like, honk, honk. That train horn. Man, he's a character. He's syncing with this whitey getting to the intersection. While I'm sitting in the dark because I'm Batman. Why are you not sitting in the dark? Riddle me that one, Riddler. Alright, well, I'm gonna turn the camera off now because I'm done. So, I don't know how many fire truck sirens it was today, but it was a lot of them. But I swear to God, there was another one out there. I just wasn't able to catch it. So, be back tomorrow with more stockheads later.